Unredacted Feather, so glad that you are here with us once again. So we began last week the introduction of a young lady named Darla whose behavior was aberrant. None of us want somebody to act toward anybody else, much less a police officer or a peace officer. But my point, or one of them in this video, is, in fact, we named it Power versus Right because in order for someone to be placed under lawful arrest, they have to have committed a crime. And in this scenario, while it was bad behavior, disrespectful, inappropriate, etc., I don't believe that what you see constitutes a crime. Maybe slow to comply, maybe, but we saw hands go on heads, wheels around, we saw us walking to the back of the vehicle, and it just struck me as an overreaction that in fact escalated as opposed to de-escalating the situation. Yeah. All right, so we're going to continue this story. We're going to meet Darla's former boyfriend, according to her in the first part of the video, whose name is Scott. And Scott similarly doesn't operate under the best or most respectful behavior. Not what we really want to see, but I ask you again to look and see if you see a crime. Do you see a crime committed? You'll hear a discussion about littering as a possibility for a crime, or maybe even assault.
Hey.
I didn't. Hello.
Hey, there's something we need to...
No, you're all good. Are you Scott?
No.
No? Okay. No, you could just tell him that his ex-girlfriend's gonna go to jail.
I hope you feel good about yourself.
What?
Go catch real bad guys, not like a mother of three trying to better herself. You're unreal. You make me want to buy an island out in the middle of nowhere and get away from everybody.
Darla, are you bipolar by any chance?
No, I backed the blue till y'all made me black and blue, and I don't trust the police. How's that?
Till we made you black.
Keep my mouth shut, and we're just gonna go on about your day, but I hope you feel good about yourself.
Okay.
What's your name?
Deputy Lane. Deputy John Lane. I would give you my badge number. Well, we don't have badge numbers, so I don't have...
Yeah, I don't care. You sound younger than me, and it's hard to respect. You know, I'm 35.
Well, that's ageist.
If you have 3 kids and you're seasoned and you...
How do you know I don't have 7 kids?
Bro, I've traveled the whole world.
Maybe I have quintuplets.
The tone of your voice, that it's not a low enough octave for you to have the balls that drop.
Deputy John Lane, we have another unidentified deputy, we have Darla, and now comes our 4th primary character in this video, who is Scott. And so you're not going to believe what happens to Scott, but here we go.
Hello, is that your girlfriend, Darla?
It is.
Okay, so she's gonna go to jail.
For what?
There's no reason. I've done nothing wrong.
Well, she tried to run from me, and then she got out of her car and started coming towards me.
Babe!
And I gave her a lot of orders to go back to her car and turn around, and she wouldn't do it.
That's illegal.
Okay, I think we're done.
So here
talking.
we have
You don't
Scott.
understand how
Scott's
that's
really
illegal.
asking a great question. That's illegal.
Acting very erratic.
Do you have any other questions?
Now out Pathfinder, Florida tag of 33 from.
I hate this place.
I guess not. You guys did your job, huh?
So again, we get off to a really bad start here between Scott
A lot of
and
different things
Deputy
don't concern you.
Lane.
She's an adult.
I get that, but she is my concern, so you should owe me some answers.
Are you her lawyer?
Are you a lawyer? Dude,
I'm not. I'm a
talk to
police
me.
officer.
Talk to me.
Hey!
I need to
I
know
don't
what's
have to.
going on.
She's an adult.
I get
You
that.
see what she's doing right now, right? This is why she's going to jail.
That's not illegal behavior.
Hey!
It is illegal.
That's not. Knocking on the door is not illegal.
Can you turn the air on? It's hot as...
If I tell you with this badge and these lights on, if I tell you
Actually, I
to
have to-
back away
there has
from
to
me
be- there has to be
and
a
you
com-
don't do it,
A crime committed.
Babe!
There has to be a crime committed
Fuck!
for you to arrest somebody, right?
It's hot as...
okay.
On what suspect? What crime did she commit for you to arrest
Again,
her?
she's an adult. I don't need to explain
You
this to you.
do. You do. You do.
By what?
As an employee to me,
Babe!
you need to.
An employee to you.
I pay taxes, right?
That's a good.
Yeah,
Okay.
so-
Scott, we're done. Scott, we're done talking.
No, we're
Unless
not.
you want to go
No,
in the back of my car as well.
For what crime?
Well, because I told you we're done talking right now. I'm doing an
That's not
investigation.
illegal. That's not illegal to talk to you this way.
So this is a really interesting discussion that Scott is having with this officer. Scott seems to know more about the law than this officer. He says he's threatening to arrest Scott for standing in the street. To my knowledge, there's no law against standing in the street. I'm just beside myself at this behavior. He's asking, why is she being arrested? Don't you have to commit a crime to be arrested? So let's keep watching and see how crazy it gets. It just keeps getting more and more and more.
Okay. Well, you're standing in the middle of the street right now.
So
you
are
can't
you.
do that.
So
Yeah, I
are
know.
you.
I'm on a traffic stop.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Dude, seriously, you're pulling every bit. Dude, what crime did she commit?
Again, you're not her lawyer. She's an adult.
She doesn't need a lawyer right now. She needs to understand her rights as a basic
I
human
don't have
being.
to explain that
yes,
to you.
Yes, you do.
Excuse me,
So
sir.
pretty clearly,
Not her
Scott
lawyer.
and Darla
She's an
have
adult.
picked the
What am I
wrong
telling you?
officer on the wrong day.
Yes, you do. Then tell her that.
I did tell her that.
Let me hear it.
No.
Yeah.
Babe!
I don't understand.
You're
this.
not the deciding factor. You're nothing involved.
I'm just making sure her rights aren't violated.
Okay.
For doing what? I need to understand why a crime.
I'm sorry,
Darla,
this is
stop.
hurting really
Here she's
bad.
complaining
Just
about the
like-
cuffs. She's asking him to
like,
please
oh,
loosen
you're
it,
turning
and
your
you'll
hands.
see
It's
more
so
about that
tight.
later as
Can
well.
you unloose it just a little bit, please?
Okay.
It's
You need
hurting.
to stop kicking in the back of the
Okay,
car,
but
please.
this is really hurting my hands. I have a disability, and can you please a little bit loosen it up a little bit, please?
Okay.
Oh, you.
Don't act like a little. Don't act like a little. For a public figure, for a public employee, dude. Again, what crime did she commit by getting out of her vehicle?
All right, I think we're done here. I'm gonna do the tow receipt.
Yeah. So we're towing the car, okay?
So now there's a decision made to tow a legally parked
For
vehicle.
what? For grand theft?
That's
I'm telling you not to go to the car right now
For what?
because
What
we're
crime
towing
is
it.
For, oh,
That
okay.
vehicle is seized now. Okay, it's
How?
being towed. How? It was
How?
used in a crime. Okay.
What crime?
I don't have to tell you
Amazing.
that. She's a big girl. She's an adult. You're not her lawyer. You're not her father.
And you're acting like a child, dude. How old are you? 24?
No, I'm 16.
It sounds like it. What crime? So I can at least be informed.
We
I don't
definitely
know how
need some
many
training
times
for
I have
this
to tell you
officer.
that
Yes,
I
you
don't
do.
have to tell you that
Why not?
because I don't have to tell you that.
Let me hear you inform her of what crime she's being committed.
Again, I don't have to do that either
Why not?
because I don't have to. You're not
It
my
sounds
boss.
like you're not doing your job very well.
Okay, then make a complaint. My name is Deputy Jonathan Lane. It's right here. I don't have a badge number, but if you'd like, I can give you my name on a business
You got a
card.
card?
Yeah, I'll give you a business card with my name on it. You can
This
call
is
and complain if you
appropriate.
want.
He should give him a
You got a
business
too? Or
card
you're not old enough yet?
with
Can you
a
stop
report
stepping on
number,
this?
actually.
Oh, are you threatened?
Yeah.
In my business attire, are you threatened with?
I don't know
guns on
you, but I'm about to turn around.
There you go. I see your hands shaking there. You do this often?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell. Cool. What crimes, dude? What crimes? Did you tell her what crimes she's being arrested for?
I did.
Babe, did she tell you?
Okay.
Turn on the AC. It's hot in here, please.
The AC is on. Do you want the window down?
Anything, please. Yeah, so I can say goodbye to my lover. Oh my God, I hope he comes and picks me up.
Unfortunately, we're gonna have to drive away because he's a little bit upset right now, and I don't want to have him come back over here.
He can come bail me out of jail.
Many
Okay.
would argue that
So
he
if
is
you're rushing with
justifiably
Sheila, if you know,
upset
I'll
at this
start.
point.
Can you turn up the song?
The song?
Yeah, I love Tyler Tiller. I love this song. You're not a bad dude. I get it. I'm like my dad's military, my uncle's a cop. Like I understand. It's just your job. It's not you personally, you know. I get it. Whatever. I can't wait to go to court. I hope you show up.
So
This
you
will
can
be
see
great.
here,
It's
Darla
gonna
is
be
definitely
great. I
on a
can't wait.
roller
I'm
coaster
gonna
of
make a
emotion.
documentary actually. This is oof, this is my lucky day.
He walked away. Didn't even take the business card. Yeah, he took mine.
This is a small town, you know.
You good? All right. Thank you.
The last guy who arrested me was Russian.
I mean, it was like there was like a mattress in the back.
Russian guy? Oh my God.
Okay, so here comes Scott again. See what happens now.
You just littered. Back up. Back up.
Litter.
Stop.
Litter.
Stop.
Being
Really?
accused of littering, he dropped a business card in the road, and here we go. Scott gets the cuffs on him. So remember, we just talked about
You want to take him too?
being under arrest. Would a reasonable
telling you
person
to
now
stay
in
back
Scott's
from us.
position feel free that he's not to
Throwing stuff
leave?
on the
No,
ground, you
so he's
smell
been
like alcohol.
arrested.
You're obviously
What crime did he commit? Evidently,
No, but I
Well,
told you
we saw
already.
the
I don't
video.
want you coming up to me because I
Did you
feel
see him
unsafe.
commit a
about
crime?
it. Okay.
What in my business attire, bro? Dude, I'm in business.
I'll give you one last chance. If you want to walk away,
I hate it here.
I just want her keys.
We'll let you.
Personal possession.
We
If she
don't
wants
have
you
to give you that.
She will say that. This
She
is,
wants it.
Ask her.
okay,
Ask
we
her.
will ask her.
Thank
You don't
you.
walk up like that, acting crazy, littering, literally. I gave you that here. That's littering. If you want to be technical, that's littering.
You're balling your fists up when you walk up to us. You grab it out of his hand.
I'll watch
You
the body
snatched
cam.
it out of his hand.
I'll watch the body cam.
I watched you do it. You
so this
snatched
is
it
a
out of his
very
hand,
good
then you
point.
throw it
One
on
of the
ground.
great reasons we have body cams,
really
dash
need to take
cams
both of you
now
to jail
is
just
so
'cause you're
that things
upset.
like these are
I need you
preserved
to
so
calm
that we
down.
can address them in
Are you
court.
going to calm down?
So when you,
Are you
if
going to
you,
calm down, Scott?
Oh man, I'm going to court.
just
with
want to, I want to talk a little bit about following law enforcement's orders, even if they're improper. Okay? So there's a difference between power and right. Law enforcement has power. They have badges, they have guns, they have handcuffs, they have radios, they have backup, they have a lot of resources. They have a lot of power. Thank God most of our law enforcement officers, the vast majority, are good people, professionals who try to do their job. And it's a difficult job, particularly in the environment we're dealing with today. They should not make things harder on themselves by doing what they did in this case to these two folks. It could have been handled very differently. You can see that. Nonetheless, because they have the power, if you end up in a position or somebody you love ends up in a position such as this, you or they should not stand up and fight at the time of the interaction with the officer. The best thing to do is to comply with their orders, keep your mouth shut, and trust that it is being recorded. If it is, we will be able to address these things later in court, and prayerfully, some insanity like this will just get dismissed. We'll be addressing that and following up with this toward the end of the video, but just this is a cautionary tale. If they tell you to put your hands behind your back, whether it's legal or not, put your hands behind your back, because if you don't, you can be accused, in fact, charged with, and possibly convicted of resisting without violence. Yeah. So we're dealing with Florida Statute Section 843.02, the crime of resisting officer without violence to his or her person. And what it states is, whoever shall resist, obstruct, or oppose any officer, and the officer is defined under a separate Florida statute, Section 943.10, be authorized to execute process in the execution of legal process or in the lawful execution of any legal duty without offering or doing violence to the person or the officer shall be guilty of a misdemeanor of the first degree. So, have we seen that here? Did we see someone who was involved in the legal process of the lawful execution of a legal duty without offering or doing violence to that person? We didn't see that. I didn't see that. Maybe you saw something different.
One.
Okay.
I'm talking in a calm fashion.
Okay.
Bro, I hate the keys. I never want to come back here again.
Can I have her personal possessions?
Shots out of the cuffs.
We'll ask her.
And I hope y'all hear this on this body cam. Whoever's listening, yeah, you hear me? Keys, 7th generation Floridian. I'm disappearing. I hate this place. Moron County. Moron County. This place, I hate it here.
You should ask her.
Okay, this is a traffic stop though, okay? Okay, let me talk for a second, okay? I conducted a traffic stop on her, okay? You have nothing to do with the traffic stop.
Okay.
If you show up on a traffic stop that I'm legally and lawfully conducting and I tell you to walk away because you're interfering with my traffic stop,
Please don't arrest my boyfriend because he has to come get me out of jail.
that is
She was already
obstruction.
in handcuffs, though.
That is obstruction still.
Okay.
We're still on a traffic stop. I'm telling you not to go to the car because we're towing it. You're saying no.
I love you, baby.
You start walking
didn't
away.
say no to it.
You come back over to us in an aggressive manner, making a
I'm asking for
fist.
personal
You
possessions.
grab the card out of his hand and throw it on the ground, then turn towards me and put your arm inside of my car.
Come on. I gotta pee.
I'm not doing that, Scott.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Sure.
We can take you to jail too. We can make this as inconvenient for both of you. I don't want to
So
do
there
that.
we go.
I got
Power
paid,
versus
bro.
right. They can
How
take
come
you
he
to
got
jail.
to go, but
Do they
I
have the right to
couldn't?
take you to jail?
You're just
I don't
a
think
random
so.
guy outside of your house, you know?
You're just a
So
random
I don't need to take you to jail for that. But if you start obstructing my investigation, I have to take you to jail.
Oh my God!
Okay?
Can you ask her if I can have her?
Yeah.
So this
How
is
come he could go but I couldn't?
Do you want him to
actually
take your
make
stuff?
some progress. Can you
Yeah,
ask
let
her?
me go.
He
Do you want him to
says,
take your
Scott
stuff?
says
My money doesn't bail
kindly,
me out.
can
Can
you
I
ask
ask
her
you
if
Do you
I
want
can
to
get her
take your
personal
hat, your
things?
purse,
That's an
your wallet?
appropriate
My wallet
question.
with my
If someone's
money in it.
being
Can you bail
arrested,
me
the
out?
officer
Let me-
may well allow
Scott,
you
will
to
you
take their
bail me
personal
out
things.
if he
It
gives
helps
you my
them
wallet
because they don't
with
have to
my
deal with them
money
when they
in
get to the
What?
jail.
What the
So if the
fuck?
person gives an
We're not talking to
opportunity,
each other right now, okay?
now watch this piece.
Yeah, but not to each other.
Why not?
He almost
you have
ends
nothing
up
to do with
back in
it.
cuffs. It
Baby,
comes very
bail
close.
me out.
I will, babe.
Sure.
We gotta
She
figure
wants
it
you to
out.
take her wallet with her money. No.
I got her.
Stop.
Babe, get my wallet.
Are you shitting me? That's her
Stop.
personal.
Stop.
Okay.
Stop grabbing out of my car.
Okay.
Back up. Go away now. This is your last fucking chance.
Why
You're
this
gonna
officer
grab
put his
my-
hands on
back
Scott
up. Back up.
in the first place
Back
and
up.
now again
Back
repeatedly,
up. Yeah, I'm telling you to
I
back
don't
up.
understand.
You're running over to me, walking up behind
Hey,
me, grabbing stuff out
you
of
know,
my car.
Scott
Stop.
pretty clearly to me
If you
doesn't
get close to
propose
me again,
any
I'm
sort
gonna
of a
put you in
threat.
handcuffs.
Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Dude, what the man? I really want to. Like how? It's just say literally.
To talk about what Scott's rights are and also Darla's. Can they bring a civil suit for what these officers have done to them or this officer has done to them? Can they take them to court? The answer is yes, they can take him to court. Anybody can take anybody to court. The standard for being successful in a federal case for a violation of civil rights is, quote, arguable probable cause. It's an incredibly high standard. It's an incredibly high standard of necessity because, as you can imagine, the court system would be totally overwhelmed if the standard were any less because this happens to people, unfortunately, all of the time. It's everywhere. It's pervasive in our system. And since we're talking about the injustices of the justice system, if you're a chief of police or if you're a sheriff or if you're another law enforcement officer in some position of authority, training is so important. Public perspective and what people think of law enforcement is critical to it functioning properly. If the cops and the public are at large against each other, the system can never work. And I understand the defensiveness that happens on both sides. It's a tragedy. But there has to be reconciliation at some point.
That he's doing is what she was doing.
We're gonna have the best makeup sex when he's getting up out of jail, and
We're gonna get back together. Thank you guys so much. I'll think of you. I'm going to court on this one.
See the tow truck
Oh my God.
that is going to
Taking
tow
my
off
car
this
out of a
lawfully parked
residential parking
vehicle.
lot where my boyfriend
The other
is.
piece
You
of a
gotta
civil
be
rights
kidding me.
case is
And let me
damages.
guess, you only
What
take
are the
cash to get
damages
my
if they
car
put
back.
you in
Are you
handcuffs for
serious,
just a
bro?
couple
I am
minutes? I mean, did he
suing
really
you,
lose
no,
any liberty?
more on
Well, a couple
County.
minutes of his
That's
life.
it. That's it.
Tragic,
We're done.
but
We're done.
not much in the way of damages by far.
This is a
Now, this
racket.
situation
They
where
only
they're
take
towing
cash.
Darla's car off
racket.
when it's
You
lawfully
guys are-
parked
they're
and was
only
not an
gonna-
instrumentality in the
It's funny how
crime
quick he came, right? And then they only take
is
cash when I go
inexplicable
pick up
to
my
me.
shit.
It's just unnecessary punishment, unnecessary overreaching. Again, going back to power.
You're gonna be famous, bro. I've been waiting for this. Is it.
And when you
This
start
is-
your
this is-
conversation with a law enforcement
I'm
officer
gonna
saying,
stop. Let me just-
are
I'm
you
gonna
a
make
punk or are
famous.
you a,
and
you know,
your homeboy.
you're
You
not
guys are
getting the
rookies.
law
You're gonna
enforcement
learn
on your
today.
side. I mean,
promise you.
these things don't usually work out in favor of the person that's calling the officer bad
What are we
names.
waiting for? Take me
And
to
this
the
is a
jail
great
house,
illustration
please.
of that.
Let's go.
Not only is she in handcuffs in the back of her car, but now she's watching the tow truck hook up to her vehicle to take it away to who knows where.
That can take care of him. There's enough squad here. Come on, we're not violent offenders. You're about to taser me, dude. Just wait. I'm gonna make you famous.
That's a tow truck driver. He's not
I
backup.
promise you.
Interestingly, here we hear Darla promising to make this officer famous. Well, to all of you that are watching this channel now, you certainly know who Deputy John Lane is from the Monroe County Sheriff's Office, and hopefully he will be exposed through this process and other channels because he either needs to get some training or get a different job.
Later on, just so we can get out of here without
I've lived there for 6 months.
What?
Please don't take my car.
It's on the
No,
roof.
you can't. No,
She's
I
telling
live
him
there.
that
I
she
can prove I
lives
live
where they're
there.
towing
You're
the
gonna
car
tow me
from.
out
She
of my
has the
own
legal
driveway.
right to
I can
park it
prove I
there. There's
lived there
no
for
reason
6
to
months.
tow
You're
this
gonna tow
vehicle.
me
It's
from
not
where
an
I
instrumentality
Do you know
used
how, stupid
in
that looks? Don't you
the
have
crime.
bad guys to catch like murderers and rappers and drug dealers?
Well, I guess
and bad
arguably he's
guys?
saying maybe she's DUI, maybe she's fleeing and eluding. I don't think either of those are supported based upon what I can see, and more will be revealed on that issue before this video is over.
You're wasting resources on the wrong one. Maybe this needed to be done because I'm a journalist. I'm going to make a documentary shedding light on Moron County and their police state with the good old boys, especially here in Big Pine. This is the oh, you, my man, you're gonna be famous. I'm 7
So
generations
Darla now
away,
begins
bro.
the
I know
long
everybody up and
30-something
down.
mile
I'm so
trek
sick of
from
this
where
police
she
state.
is stopped
And I'm
here
gonna
in
go
Big
to the
Pine
biggest
Key, all the
island
way to the
in-
Key West
Get away
jail.
from everybody,
And,
bro.
Darla, yeah,
you
your
know,
phone number,
she's...
Darla. Hold on 1 second, Darla.
Bro, f- you. I ain't talking to you.
What's the rest of it, Darla?
But it's my suck my dick. How's that?
Okay, the rest of it is suck my. Okay, well you might not get your car back if you don't give me your phone number for them.
F- you.
Okay, well you is the answer to that one. So 9. Sort of the last 4.
You.
Still. You. I might show the video to the SAO or just write it up just to get a warrant.
And now we hear him threatening to try to get a warrant for Scott's arrest for resisting. I don't know why he didn't just go ahead and take him to jail.
Bro, I thought he was gonna punch me through my window when he put his. He
Threw his arm inside. Did you see that on the video? So
I want to talk to your
if your law enforcement
supervisor.
officer or agency, your local agency doesn't have cams, encourage them to get them. Do what you can as a citizen to support that, because these sort of things really do need to
I
be
want to talk
exposed.
to a supervisor.
Pull my taser out. I tell her to back up and to walk back to her car. She says no.
You're a pussy.
Finally goes back to her car. Doesn't turn. Using orders.
Oh, you're scared of a 95-pound woman. Oh my God.
And smells like alcohol.
So here we go with the third time that the officer has made a report or is telling someone what happened, and again it does not appear to be supported by the audio and video that was captured on his body cam and on his dash cam.
You're not.
And my adrenaline with this guy, he just wouldn't go away.
He wouldn't hurt a f***ing fly, bro. Come on, dude.
I mean, we even said after we just left. We should
Okay, so now the officers apparently had a discussion afterwards and agreed that they should have arrested Scott also.
Like, you're gonna shoot somebody and kill them.
I find it
You should
baffling.
not work here. If
Baffling.
that guy scared you, this is
I
not
do
the
agree
job
that
for you.
Scott's
So
behavior
my
was
work's
not
gonna be black
perfect.
and blue.
He
It'll be
was
great for
frustrated,
pictures.
rightfully so in my
The minute he
view.
bails me out, I will go to the lawyer. Like, I'm going straight from the police station to a f***ing lawyer's. Dear God in heaven.
So
Lord,
now
I
just
ask that you
amazing
protect this
that,
young man when he does
that
his
Darla
work,
turns
Lord.
to the
Put
Lord,
angels about
and
him.
she doesn't
Lord,
turn to the
keep
Lord to
him
help
safe,
her,
also
but
I'm
instead
asking you to give
begins
me
praying for
wisdom,
this officer.
God, when working with the public, Father God, that people have issues and mental things that they're dealing with and stuff that he needs to be more sensitive about, Lord. And I ask that you bless him and protect him all the days of his life. Amen. Can you at least turn
And
up
so,
the
to
music,
me, that is
please?
truly amazing that this
Please.
woman who's in the
Please,
back of the
you're
car
talking
is
and you're
clearly
like, come
being
on, man, turn
been
up the music,
traumatized,
dude.
maybe had one of the
Please.
very
I
worst
would
days
rather
of her
be
life,
Russia or
is
call me
now
China
praying for
right
this
now.
officer
They
in
call
what
me China
appears to
better
be
than this.
sincere, and it
Holy
appears to me that it
this
is
is
not a
so
rehearsed
tight,
prayer.
man.
Well, clearly it's not.
Can you turn
But it
up,
appears
please?
sincere,
Can you just
and
at
she's
least
asking
listen
for him to
the
be
music
blessed
before we go
continuing
to
his
jail?
life.
Come
So,
on.
you know, a lot of erratic
Come
behavior,
on.
but
I wanna hear some
ultimately
Morgan Wallen. I hope he
turning
feels
to God
good getting a bad
and
soccer
praying
mom
for,
off the
in
street.
this case, someone
No
who'd appear to
expired
be
tags, no expired
against her,
license,
maybe
no
even called an enemy.
warrants.
And
I'm
so
just
consistent
being
with
real, dude.
the
You can do
direction that we
everything
are
right
to
and still
love
get
our
f***ed.
enemies.
Man, this
So we're going to pick this up now with Darla being taken out of the police car inside of what is referred to as the Sally Port. And so the Sally Port, in every jail, there is located an area that is a secure area where the vehicles pull in with whomever has been arrested, and they take them into the secure area, remove them from the vehicle, and then take them. Continues to ask for a supervisor. Again, that is optional on the part of the officer in most agencies unless there's a policy that requires
Or
it.
take my breath.
Okay, that's not how
It's
it
already
works.
Again,
you should've
for
done this
the-
when you pulled me over
I
on
don't
the
know
side
how
of the
many
road.
times,
You should've
but
got me to go out
again,
and
now
do
we
all
have
that,
Darla
like
asking
monkeying around in the road.
for
You should have done that there.
the
Because now I'm stuck here and I can't
breath
go.
test.
So why would I cooperate?
blood. Take my breath.
So you
Take
don't
my
wanna do the
blood.
field sobriety exercises?
I'm already in handcuffs. We're in jail, bud. This is too tight. Come on.
Yeah, but I don't know if you're DUI or not.
Take my breath or my blood.
That's not how it works.
Can you undo this
No, not right now.
a little bit? Can you loosen it up and I'll cooperate with you because it's too tight.
I checked your handcuffs when I put them on.
This one is way too tight.
If I take the handcuffs off, are you gonna do anything
Of
dumb?
course, I swear to God, bro, I'm already in jail.
So you're gonna see. Look at this arm.
Is that right?
Hold
No.
on. Now I gotta put you back in these because
Back in
I just
cuffs.
told you, are you gonna do anything stupid? And you just start pulling away from me. That's
Did
why
you
I
see
had
her
you
do
in
anything
handcuffs and I
stupid?
wouldn't
Did you
loosen
see
them
her
at
do
first
anything
because you were
wrong?
just gonna
Nobody
do what
put
you
on the
just
cuffs
did.
again, and you can hear him
Okay,
cinch him
fantastic.
down
Sit down.
again.
Sit right here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna check your eyes. Okay? Have you ever done this before? Where
No.
I will, well, like I said, you smell like alcohol, so I just
Okay.
need to make sure you're not drunk.
Yeah.
Okay? So all I'm gonna do is have you look at the tip of my finger right there. You see it? I'm just gonna have you follow the tip of my finger with your eyes and
Yeah.
do not move your head.
So
Do you
this is
understand?
referred
So
to
just your
as
eyes
the
on-
horizontal gaze nystagmus test. It's a very reliable indicator of impairment. And actually, the
Yeah.
officer
Just a minute.
performs this test on her fairly well.
Okay, I don't think you're over the legal limit either. I'm gonna turn you over to them.
And
I'm
as a
not gonna
result,
argue with you.
determines she's not over the legal limit, which was pretty apparent the whole time. So she's not charged with DUI. The state attorney's office has reviewed Darla's case, and what they discovered was that the facts didn't support a fleeing and eluding. So they dismissed the felony count. What is still pending as of today is the resisting an officer without violence, resisting or obstructing an officer without violence. And so that case is ongoing. Don't know if she'll end up at trial. Don't know if there will be a dismissal, but the state attorney's office has evidently reviewed all of this video, talked to the witnesses, and have concluded that warrant a prosecution, even before a jury, of resisting an officer without violence. So you put yourself in the position of the jury. If this was the only evidence you saw was this videotape, would you say, yes, she did obstruct, she did resist this officer with violence, or would you say no? And so I hope you'll put that in the comments. We'll kind of do a poll. Now, as you may know, in order for a jury verdict to stand, it must be unanimous. So that means if one person stands against the others, okay, so 5 people say guilty and 1 says not. In Florida, it's a 6-person jury for a misdemeanor. Or 5 people say not guilty and 1 person says guilty. The court would probably insist that they continue, the jury reconvene and try to resolve their differences. But if that is unsuccessful, it is what's called a hung jury. And a hung jury results in a trial later. There would be a subsequent trial, or some other resolution would be reached between the state and the defendant. But a hung jury is neither a conviction or acquittal. It's a hung jury, and that means no decision. So it's a no decision if that were to happen. My suspicion is that there will be people on both sides. Having reviewed the video, there will be people that believe that Darla should be convicted, and there will be people that believe that Darla should not be convicted. All right, so what have we learned? We have learned that if you don't want to have trouble with the police officers, then don't cause trouble. Be respectful. Yes, sir. No, sir. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Compliant with their directives, even if their directives are unlawful or they shouldn't be doing it. You should still comply with their orders. If they tell you to put your hands behind your back, you should put your hands behind your back. You can deal with it later in court and possibly in civil court if what they've done is unlawful and a violation of your civil rights. Hope that you will like and subscribe. Share this with others. Chaplain Sean Chirwa. He has only a few subscribers, but they're doing tremendous work over in Zambia, Africa. So once again, I want to thank you for taking the time. Hope that you found what we've done here enjoyable. Bless you until next time. Seven and I signing off. All right, so I thought we'd get a quick closing shot with Sevi. And say, Sammy, what season? Oh, it's watermelon season. I can tell by your necklace. Oh, we love watermelons, don't we? What do you think about this poor story about Darla and Scott, huh? Not so interested. I love you, baby.